During tough economic times, everybody is affected, but research shows that small business owners and Generation X were hit the hardest during the Great Recession. Despite the tremendous damage to the economic crisis caused, it also had a very silver lining. Tracy Tandon explains.
Mike Longo is the founder and owner of Total Home Supply, a heating, cooling, and home appliance company in New Jersey. Although Total Home Supply's revenue is not exploding, Mike's not complaining. In fact, this is his second venture. His first home appliance company, AM Royal, thrived during the housing market boom. In its heydays back in 2007, AM Royal was turning over $10 million in sales every year. In 2009, when the U.S. housing market crashed, Mike's business went bankrupt.
Panic set in, people stopped buying. And when people stopped buying, we were not selling anything that would keep volume going. So, the crash came.
The 59-year-old father of two says the recession was one of the worst periods in his life.
That was very, very difficult. You take it personally. So, you feel terrible about anyone that got hurt. And, it wasn't like the business was set up to withdraw a lot of funding. It's basically, I ended up with nothing at the end. So it wasn't a situation where, closing the business had much benefit other than to just stop the bleeding.
Mike was not alone. According to the business journals of U.S. Census Bureau, over 170,000 small businesses closed between 2008 and 2010, causing entrepreneurship to plunge during the recession. It's not just the small businesses who were deeply affected. Research shows that Generation X, those between the ages of 34 to 49, lost the most wealth compared to any other group. According to a study by Pew Charitable Trust from 2007 to 2010, Generation X lost around 45% of their wealth, roughly $33,000. Today, many experts say although things have improved, the U.S. economy will never be back to where it was before the 2008 financial crisis.
We're never going to be at pre-crisis levels again. We're definitely recovering. It's a slow recovery. It's a steady recovery. But there's been a shift in what's going to happen in the economy and what we can expect going forward.
Industry observers say entrepreneurs are becoming better at streamlining their operations today and managing overhead costs.
Companies are leaner and meaner, and that enables them to withstand the bumps in business, the bumps in the economy, because when things get good, they put on variable overhead, and when things aren't so good, they cut back their variable overhead.
Like many small business owners, Mike has taken the plunge again. Adamant to not repeat mistakes, he's just as eager to encourage fellow entrepreneurs.
Having a bunch of trucks with all kinds of decals on them and a big fancy warehouse doesn't make a company. It's the people, it's the effort that you put into it, it's the focus of the company, and you can do that out of your house.
Shraysi Tandon, CCTV, New York.